We are back, and it is Monday, the 17th of November. We are here for Make It Monday, and we are going to be creating some beautiful Christmas cards. So as I was saying that, I just got done making a yummy dinner. My husband brought home some cordon bleu, some chicken cordon bleu, and there were 3 different flavors that they make at his store in the back there in the meat department. And he brought home a jalapeno for him. There was a broccoli cheddar, and there was a cordon bleu. So I went ahead and baked all of those up. Oh my gosh, delicious. So since my mom is in town at her class, and she's normally there till probably about like 7, 8, because she likes to stop and do some Christmas shopping and stuff, before she comes home, since we don't live really close to town. So every trip that we make into town, we try to make them count. So I took my dad over some dinner since I knew that he was going to be flying solo tonight. And he was very grateful for having a wonderful meal like that. I also have been watching on like Pinterest, TikTok, all those kinds of things, how to kind of make your own homemade boxed meals. So I found this really fabulous recipe for homemade chicken rice-a-roni. Oh my Lord, it is like a staple in my home. So I have dry jars of this homemade rice-a-roni that I just keep instead of buying the chicken rice-a-roni brand, the box kind that you normally buy at the store and keep on your shelves. I have been canning my own and keeping it on the shelves, and it turns out fabulous every single time. So I just use regular rice, and I use the thin spaghetti noodles, and I just break those up into about little half-inch increments and then throw those in. And then I put all this little different concoctions of seasonings, and oh boy, does it turn out fabulous. Hello, Kimberly. I hope I didn't miss you earlier because something happened with my first time I tried to go live. Yeah, it was not fun. It kind of just cut me off mid-sentence. So hello, Shirley. Welcome in over on Facebook. Hello, hello. So you guys, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I've got some little bit of news to tell you guys with Stampin' Up, some things that are coming up. And we are going to get into these fabulous cards tonight. I have got some beautiful Christmas cards to share with you guys. They are absolutely stunning. I'm sure you guys probably already have this set. This set has been out since the new catalog. Speaking of new catalog, where is my new catalog? So I can actually bring this out and share with you. It's actually, the front cover is the items that I'm going to be using is the front cover of the catalog. So let me get you guys flipped around here on YouTube. Just let you guys know, you guys still have time if you are not a part of Pink Barn Stamper group here on Facebook. Then please go over there. If you're not into the Facebook thing, then, this doesn't pertain to you. But we did mystery stamping last week on the 12th. And I have seen some fabulous cards that you guys have created and put over there. You guys still have time to get your cards created and submitted over there on that private group of mine by the 19th, which is Wednesday. I will be doing the drawing for that. So go over there, check it out. I've also downloaded the video here on YouTube so you guys could rewatch it there as well. Then go over, join the group, and take a picture of your video and post it there. Okay, hold tight. Let me get you guys flipped around here on YouTube. Facebook, you're already seeing my desktop, so you're already golden. All right, there we go. Okay, so as you see this beautiful product right here with this little tag, this is actually the product that I'm going to be using. Oh, did I just flip right to the page? Nope, I don't think I did. Well, now, of course, I thought I flipped right to it, and I did not, but let me there. Nope, that's not it either. We're getting closer. We're getting warmer. There we go. I could feel the heat. I could feel the heat. So right here, this beautiful suite of product is called Traditions of Christmas. So this has quite a few pages to it. So I'm just going to kind of do a little quick flip through. So it starts on page 21. So you guys can kind of get some ideas here. So I'm not using the full suite collection for this. I am going to be using the traditional labels, which is this bundle here, and the Christmas greenery. I am going to be using the traditional sparkling sequence and this, oh, this paper. Oh my Lord, you had me at this paper. This paper is to die for. It is part of that, it's the specialty designer series paper, because as you can see, it's got the gold foiling on this. And there's even more specialness to do with this paper, and I'm going to show you when we get into this. But this paper was out of stock for quite a while because Stampin' Up! Is offering one of their craft classes that is actually on this suite of product. So I don't think they were expecting so many people to sign up for that and buy this paper. So they had to restock this paper once already. And I know there's also towards the back, there's a scrapbooking, what's it called? A scrapbooking workshop right here that also uses this paper. But this, the only difference with this pack of paper and why it's a little bit more expensive is because it also comes with these sticker sheets in it. So if, you know, I was telling people that if they couldn't get this, they could go and purchase this. It's the same paper pack. You just get some extra added stickers in there. If you didn't need the stickers, but they're still fabulous, you can put a lot of these on cards. So I was telling people to go buy this pack as well. So we are going to play with this fabulous product. Also, one of the things that I did want to talk to you guys about is I do have my kit class coming up. I posted it over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. I posted about that. And then we are also having our very first, and I will wind up making a blog post on this as well. But I just wanted to tell you, since I was in seeing you guys today, that we, Stampin' Up, meaning we, since I am a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, are having our first ever, you guys heard me right, Black Friday. Black Friday deal. So it is going to start on the 25th of November. And let me bring up some more details for you guys. Well, that was the wrong thing. What am I doing here? Helps if I go to the correct thing. Jeez Louise, clicking on all these things and it wasn't even the right thing that I was clicking on. So it says, you asked and we listened, announcing our first ever Black Friday sale from November 25th through December 1st. You can get up to 40% off on select products. So it says that make sure you mark your calendar starting the 25th. Come back and visit my online store, which is going to be shopdannygarola.com. And once you're there, you're going to start seeing those prices reflected starting November 25th. So that is huge news. I really wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. I will not be live next week on Monday, simply because it's Thanksgiving week and we've got a lot of things we've got to bake and get all that good stuff going. Also, one of our friends' birthday is also on Thanksgiving, so we don't want to forget about her. It's actually our neighbor over here. We do have a birthday this week coming up tomorrow. We have Miss, who is it? Miss Patty Rutledge. So early happy birthday to you, girl. I did send your card out in the mail, so you should have already received that, Patty. Let's see, who else do we have coming in here? Let me go back. So if you guys do go to buy the full suite collection of this that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, just know that the suite collection is not available. You will have to buy the items separately, just so you're aware of that. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome in. So I have been, just a short little thing that I wanted to kind of go over with you guys, that I have, if you're not aware and if you're not a fan, then, you know, whatever. But I have been like binge watching the Stranger Things episodes out on Netflix because if you know, we have season number 5 coming out starting the 26th. So next Wednesday, it will be starting on Netflix. And I am so super excited to start that new season. It's the next season and final season. So of course I can't miss that. And I started a new book. What was it? I think it was on maybe Thursday or Friday. I started a new book. It is called Delilah's Dog Murder Mystery. Now, it's definitely not as intense as the book that I was telling you guys about that I finished a couple days ago by Blake Pierce. That was the Avery Black series. Now that one was very intense. That was more like the detective thriller kind of, I don't know if I don't know if you want to call it mystery, but it was more of that thriller kind of book that just you were so locked into on the edge of your seat the whole time reading that book. I had such a hard time putting that book down. But I read all 5 of those books in that series, and I started that like at the maybe like the beginning of this year and finished those, and I want more, and I've told you guys that before. But since I'm waiting for him to put out another book for that series, since they did say that there is going to be book number 6, so I just have to sit tight. I love cozy mysteries as well. When I'm not reading those like thriller, detective kind of books, I like a nice little cozy mystery. And so I have started reading another one of Maisie Marple's series, and hers is called, the one that I started is called Delilah's Dog Murder Mystery. And it's just a cute, kind of wholesome, it almost reminds you, if you could think of Hallmark movies wrapped up in a book, that's kind of what they're like. So that kind of gives you the genre of what her books are kind of like. And she writes so many books. It's crazy. She's almost a lot like Blake Pierce. Like, no kidding. It almost feels like Blake Pierce comes out with a new book like weekly. And same with the Maisie Marple. She comes out with books all the time. They're constantly flying out. Now, there is one in the future that I do want to check out. It's one of Kristen Hanna's books, Handmade. I think it's called The Handmade. And people are just ranting and raving about that book. So if you guys have read Kristen Hanna's Handmade, please let me know. Okay, so that's my little movie and books kind of little kick, because I know I was telling you guys about it last week, but I just wanted to kind of let you know what I did start reading for this week. So if you guys want to check that out, I do it on my Kindle, so I get them all through Amazon. I do belong to this email chain that is called Free Booksy, and I signed up for that, and every day they send you an email with free books of the day. And so that's where I've gotten a lot of the Maisie Marple. Now, a lot of the time it'll be like just one book in the series. And when you click on that, then you can save it down to your Kindle. And then that way you get kind of a feel of the book, whether or not you like it or not, to keep going on with the series if there's a full series. But yeah. Okay, back to business. This week, I am featuring, like I said, the traditional Christmas, and we are going to be featuring this kit here. So when you shop in my store this week, this is the kit to go for this week. You will get all the papers that I am showing you here. You're also going to get your 3 envelopes. So when you're done creating your cards, you can slip them in those envelopes and send your Christmas cards out. These are Christmas cards. Now, these are intended to go with the Christmas greenery and the traditional labels. Now, it's not like a make it or break it deal. If you don't have those and you just don't want to purchase those, you can always find something in your stash that would be kind of comparable to that, that you could, you know, use something that you already have in place of what I'm going to share with you guys today. So just know that if you know, don't have that, don't fret. When you shop with me, you're still going to get this kit, and then you can just use any of your Christmas stamps that you already have. So we're going to make some beautiful cards tonight. Okay. And just know that your kit will come with a written up PDF as well, telling you step by step. So if you're more of a visual person, you're going to want to come back and rewatch this video. And if you're more of you want to read instructions, then I also provide that to you as well. So why don't we go ahead and get started? So I'm going to show you guys card number 1. Now I have tweaked this just a little bit. We're going to be making this card here. So very, very pretty. And then we are going to go ahead and pull out the items that we need. So let me get all my stuff out. So I need to I didn't score my card base here. So you will find tomorrow, you're going to find all the cutting and scoring dimensions over on my blog. Again, that is pinkbarnstamper.com. So let me grab my bone folder. Now I know I put this back in here. I swear it always falls sideways down in here. I need to put like a adhesive dot on my forehead with my bone folder, because I swear it is probably the #1 thing that I am constantly misplacing. And I just had it. I had it earlier because I just cut all my paper. Well, you know what? We're going to go with it going this way. So if you don't have a bone folder, you know what? You can always grab something else that has like a hard surface. Just use that, because I really don't know what I did with it. I was working on some things in the house, but I don't believe I took that in the house with me today. Who knows? It's around here somewhere. So there's that. That is our card base. Now I am using Granny Apple Green for that. I then have a piece of white. I have used the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. Now your piece will come already pre-embossed for you in your kit. So there's that. This is going to go on the inside of my card, and I don't know what this little piece was for. I don't need that. And then I have a cherry cobbler square, and then some of our designer series paper square as well. And then I have went ahead and cut out my label piece that I need, and I am using this one right here. Now this is from the Traditional Labels dies. And that is that right there. And this does have a little split in the center. It's really neat. It's got all your little embossed features in that. So what I'm going to do for this one is we're going to need our gold here. I was contemplating. Now I might pull this out because I'm kind of debating which one I want to go with. So let's go ahead and adhere this. So the really cool thing about this paper is one side is more of a abstract design, and then the flip side is your side that is going to have the gold foiling intertwined with your floral pattern. So you can use either side that you like here. I'm going to go ahead and take this and adhere this down also. And you can decide which side of your embossed paper you like. Some like more of the raised to be popped up, and then I like more of the flat side to be popped up. I feel like it has more to attach to the card base when there's more that is down, debossed, I guess you would say. Okay, there's that. We are going to then, that's going to go on there. And then now I'm not sure if I want this. Ooh, I think I kind of like that. Or I think I actually like the red. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the red on this. I think that is really pretty. So I'm just gonna use my Stampin' Seal here. And I'm just going to put a couple of little runs across this little square. And first I'm going to angle this end so I don't get any fraying going on. So are you guys ready for the holiday? Did you get all your shopping done? I think I'm pretty close to being done as far as shopping wise. I think I just need, I mean, we've got pretty much all the fixins that we need. I just think I'm going to be spending some time doing some baking, because instead of buying rolls this year, I volunteered to make homemade biscuits for our meal. So I will be baking. And we have decided that we are going to cook our turkey on the Traeger this year. So it makes an amazing smoked turkey on there. We've done turkey breasts throughout the year that way, and oh my Lord, they turn out amazing. Okay, so now for my sentiment, I'm going to use the Season's Greetings. If I can find it, there it is. So let me move my stamps up here. And I am going to be doing some embossing. So I'm just gonna grab just a scrap of paper here. And what I'm gonna do is just fold this so I have a crease in that paper when, especially if I go to use one of my little ones that are in a jar, that I can pour that back in. But we are going to be using, I think I'm going to use white. I was debating whether or not I should emboss in the gold on this or emboss in white. And my other thing that I was thinking is I was thinking I was going to do white on this and not the red, because I thought the gold was a little bit too much for this card. So you know what? I'm going to take that off. I'm going to change my mind because we can. That will get used for another card. So let's backtrack here. I'm going to use the white baker's twine. And I'm going to actually take kind of a bigger loop on this. And I'm going to make a bigger bow. Kind of a floppier bow, I guess you would call it. Just like that. And we'll put that right there. And try to get that to be not so twisty, but it'll be okay. And then let's cut some length off of this, kind of like this one, how it's long. That's probably a little bit too long, but there we go. Yeah, I think that looks much better because this card is not meant for gold. Especially with the Granny Apple Green, I think it's just too bright of a color that I don't think gold would look good. So we're gonna go ahead and do white embossing. So I'm gonna grab my little powder puff here and just lightly dab some of that on there. Grab my stamp. Now we are using Versamark for this. And I need my little tweezers. Hello, Linda. Welcome in. Where's the lid? Okay, tap that off. Okay, now let me grab the heat tool. It's a little bit chilly today, so I think we maybe reached like 70 degrees today, if it even got up to that. And I know some of you are thinking, oh my Lord, 70 is like summer weather. Well, here, that is cold for us. So I, for the most part of the day, had a sweatshirt on, and then I went outside and started putting up some of our seasonal blow-up yard ornaments, and I got pretty warm doing that. And my husband goes, wait a minute, what happened to the sweatshirt? Are you hot? And I go, well, yeah, I was outside working in the yard and putting up the Christmas stuff. And he goes, it's freezing out. And I was like, okay, you're being a little bit dramatic, but I'll give it to you. All right, so now I'm gonna take and we're going to pop this little thing up. And yes, I'm using black dimensionals because I already have this sheet sitting here, which it's all good in the hood. Nobody's gonna see these. And if they do, they're not gonna care because they're going to be more wowed by this card. So I'm gonna go just like that. Now again, this is kind of that, well, I mean, it's got some traditional colors to it because it's still the green and red. But when we look at the Granny Apple Green, it's not so traditional because it's such a bright green, but you know what? Green's green, I guess. Now I'm gonna take some of my bigger dimensionals and put this around on the corners and one in the center. Okay. Let's get this back the way I had it. How did I have that? No. I think I had it like that. No, that's how we had it. So that is gonna go right in the center of this, and I'm just watching my sides out here. And then we are going to place this right here over that fun little white bow. And then press those down and make sure we got those little popper-uppers, as Karen calls them, our elevators. Okay, kind of widen that bow out. And that white, I think that white looks so much better on there than the, like, let me just show you if this was to be underneath there. Now, you might disagree with me. I don't think the gold looks good on this card. I think this is more of a fun card, not more of an elegant card. So there is that. Now, I think I needed that little piece out there and I measured it wrong. That's now what I know, that little piece that I had in there. So we are going to grab this. We're going to cut this at 5 1/4 here for our inside. Okay, and then just adhere that to the bottom. Now these sentiments are really fun. We've got a lot of choices with our sentiments. So with our sentiments, we, with the labels and the sentiments, there's sending love and joy, which will fit on this little pre-made banner here. You've got a lot of these fun ones that you can say merry and bright. You just take this. This is attached together. And then you've got some that curve down and then some that curve up, like the to you and the cheer and wishes. So it's really kind of fun to take sending wishes, which I will use on one of the cards, but the Merry and the Christmas are separated. So if you don't want to stamp those together, you could take the Merry here and do that over the top of this swishy. So you've got two different fonts, which is really kind of cool. So we've got Season's Greetings. We're going to say, Merry and Bright, maybe? Let's try that. Let's do Merry and Bright. In the inside. So I'm going to take the Merry, and I think I'm going to do that Merry in Cherry Cobbler to match the Cherry Cobbler of this. Yeah, I had my husband grab the cans of green beans the other day, and I had him get the cranberry sauce and all that kind of stuff. It's really kind of nice having a husband who works at a grocery store, because then I can just have him grab things before he comes home, and he can watch and see if things start getting low on the shelf. I'll tell him to grab them ahead of time, and that's kind of what I did, is had him go ahead and grab the stuff last week. So we didn't run into any problems with shelves starting to be empty. But he said, you know, it's been kind of strange because the store has been really slow. Like, slower than what it should be for a holiday. So I told him, I go, well, you know, people live busy lives. I mean, a lot of people nowadays, they wait closer to the holiday. I couldn't imagine doing that just because I don't want to get stuck in a crowd. I don't do well in big crowds. And so that's what I told him. I said, I would hate to wait in lines if I had to wait like any closer to the holidays. So, all right, there is card number 1. Now let me show you the difference in what I did in this one. Now we still need to add our little pretties on there. And this time I did use the green, but I think, and so what do you guys prefer? Do you like the gold on there with the, I used the Secret C because I was trying to pull out some of that Secret C in this. But then I kind of looked at it and I kind of thought it looked, I don't know, too much with the gold on there, but maybe you like that. And then, so in my mind, I was like, no, I want to go with white on this and make it not so blingy. I don't know. I think they're both equally pretty. Let's go in with, let's do some red on this, since we do have so much of the green. And let's do another little green one right down. Oh, green. I meant to grab the red one right here. Let's do the red one right there. So there we go. So there you can see each of them and get kind of, you know, your own idea, especially if you already have this set. You've got a couple more ideas there. So that is card number 1. Okay, card number 2. This is a fun one. So we've got some, whoops, missed all my little pieces out of there. So this is our base. This is Cherry Cobbler. So we need to do some scoring on this. So I'm going to score this at 1 3/4 is my first score. And then 5.5 is my second score. So then looking at this, I am going to bring this piece in and this piece up. So let me show you what the card is that we're making, because I didn't show this ahead of time. So this is the card that we are going to be making. Again, I'm going to change a couple of things up, but I want you to see this and see which one you like better. Again, can't find the score, so I'm just going to come in here with another block. Go like that and like that. Okay. Then we've got some other pieces sitting here. This is going to be for my inside of my card. Then I've got a scrap because we're going to be doing the flowers on this. I have got some pieces of designer series paper here. Now this is the one that has these really pretty flowers on there. This design right here actually goes with this one right here. This die cut actually cuts out this whole group of flowers. That's what I was telling you. I love it when they make our dies that match our paper to cut out these really fun designs that they have done. And these flowers are just gorgeous. If you're not a fan of coloring, it's already done for you. You just lay your die on there and it'll cut it right out. So what do we got going on here? So we've got this piece here, which this is going to go there. So I need this one. I'm going to actually flip this over. Nope. This and this. Okay, there we go. Get things straight here, lady. So I'm going to take, and again, I'm doing it opposite of that other card. So then I will show you both at the end and you can decide which ones you like. Because I just thought it was a little bit too much floral on that one piece, that I went ahead and flipped it around like this. Okay, now our little white inside piece, I'm going to actually put this right down on the bottom like so. Right to the edges. Okay, now I'm going to stamp the word Christmas, and I'm going to stamp that in Secret C. And I'm going to stamp that right here in the center. And then with my, I need sending, where'd my other word go? Oops, I guess I need to get that. I guess I put it away. So I need, oops, I need my sentiments. I need cheer. I want sending cheer. Or no, I want sending wishes. That's what I want. Okay, and this is going to get stamped in Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so wishes is going to go right down here. And this is what I was talking about, how you can place these words wherever you want them. But I thought this was kind of fun. Going like kind of swishy with that Christmas. I thought that turned out really cute. Okay, let's put this away so we don't have a hot mess. Now this is going to get adhered right like so. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like the green. I thought it was just a little bit something different, and it was bright, and it just kind of made it pop. Okay, now we're going to take the blue stripe, which is the back of this designer series paper, and I'm going to place that on this little rectangle here. Okay, now see this little flap right here? I'm going to apply glue to that flap and just hold on to it, holding it down and in place. But I want it to be free on the back side. And then holding one side of it, I'm going to just place that, watching both sides of that strip and get that on there straight. So I'm going to watch here and here, and that looks pretty, you know, good. I just eyeball it. I'm not measuring. Okay, give that a good smush. I also used a scrap of the Peaceful Glimmer paper. So I brought this in and I used the dark blue. This is the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. So I did use this one. And I cut out this larger center label. And that's what that looks like. Now that is going to go in the center here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that straight down. Let me bring this one in so you guys can see the difference as I'm doing this. This set is really pretty, Cheryl. I agree. It is gorgeous. Okay, so there is just a hint of sparkle on that. You've got the gold from your paper, but this I thought just really kind of accented that quite well. All right, now I've got some little holly leaves here. We're gonna keep those off to the side. I'm going to take this and we're gonna actually stamp this floral image. Now, one of the things, again, that I really, really love about this set is A, it's gorgeous. We've already, you know, established that. But if you, again, are not one who likes to color in your open spaces, but you like to have a colored image, this set is like the set for you to have, because let me show you. All of our little elements in here, we are going to use our stamps and inks to fill those in. So grabbing the Pretty in Pink is what I'm going to use for my flowers, because we do have some pink in our flowers here. And it's not this flower, but it's this flower. So I wanted to mimic what was in my designer series paper. So this just sets right inside of those flowers, and it is so easy. You just stamp that, and because we have our clear stamps, we can see right through that onto our image when we stamp. Okay, I do have, where did I put it? I stuck it, there it is. I am going to need this, but I don't want to lose, that's the little 3 berries. I'm going to use those as well. I'm going to grab the Old Olive, and you've got the 3 leaves. So these ones that have the open little leaves. Watch how easy this is. What? Done. Just like that. Pretty fantastical. I'm going to come in with some Granny Apple Green. And we even have the little sprigs that we can color those in if we want. Bingo. Bango. Bazam. Now we've got 2 different color greens on there, just like our paper. And we even have the bow. Don't forget the bow. And I'm going to bring Secret C in for my bow. Just like that. Is that not fantastic or what? Right? And I'm gonna bring Cherry Cobbler back in just a hot second here. We are going to take this off of here and add that back into my stamp. If I can get that off. Look at that, I stuck my finger in the black. And then bringing in these little berries. They're tiny, don't lose them. They can be losable. And I'm just gonna dab that into the Cherry Cobbler and just add some red into those little sprigs, just giving a little bit of red because our paper does have the red into it. I didn't want too much, but just a dab, a dollop of daisy. Okay, now we have the coordinating die right here that I now need to die cut that out. I also die cut 3, as you can see, of the holly leaves. Now, one of the nice things in this set is they give you 2 of those. So you can cut multiple at a time since they're assuming you're going to be using those. Well, I just saw a piece of tape. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to use my low tack tape. We're going to cut this. So let me go cut this really quick. Now, because those little images can be stamped, don't forget that you can use Versamark and you could actually stamp and do your own gold foiling on your stamped image. Like if you wanted to make your bow gold, you could absolutely do that by stamping Versamark, using your gold embossing powder and doing that. Okay, so this is gonna go right in the center. I think that makes that pop so much more, but you guys can see the difference here. Now I'm gonna add these right to the back. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna adhere those down in just a minute. So I'm gonna bring this in and pop these up just like so. I don't need to go crazy. This is kind of a smaller little image. Now I want to be able to pull this thing apart. And what I mean by that is I want to be able to flip that up. So I don't want this hanging too low so it catches down here on like it, so it catches. Not that it's going to be open like that often, but just so you get the idea of what I'm saying. So let me grab some of my mini dimensionals here. Or not mini dimensionals. These are called glue dots. And I'm going to push that into the glue dot. I'm just going to take this and place this up here and then push that down into that glitter paper. Let's grab another one. This one's going to come up here. Again, push that down. And then one more. Yep, that's my kind of stamp. I agree, girl. That is another selling point of this stamp set for me. I was like, yep, quick and easy. I like it, especially with Christmas cards. We always have to make so many of them. So it's kind of nice to have that work taken out of it for us. You could, you know, nail out a bunch of these at one time. Let's add our traditional sparkling sequins. Let's grab some of these. So I'm going to actually use the red. Let's go here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to put that there. There. And then right there. Because when we open this now, look how gorgeous that is. Is that not the coolest card ever? And then here's the other one. So then you can see if you like it better with the dark on the background. Again, this is what I was talking about, is I feel like this gets lost with all these flowers around it. Now you may totally disagree with me and you may like this. So that's why I wanted to try it this other way. So it kind of just makes this floral kind of pop a little bit more on this Secret Sea. But there are both variations of it, just so you guys can get an idea of what you like with that. And again, they both open up like so. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, love it. Okay, so that is card number 2. And then card number 3 is the wow card. Just saying. Again, look at what I'm bringing in here. Of course, it's got to be a wow card. It's using pink. Okay. So what we need to do is I need to score this. Now, what did I do with my measurements for scoring? Okay, maybe I didn't bring them in here. Well, of course I didn't. So we're gonna wing it. So we are gonna grab our score and I'm just going to score as I go. So putting our paper in her, our first score is going to be, so we need to score at 1.5. I wrote the other one down. I don't know why I didn't write this one down. So 1.5 is going to be our first score. My second score is going to be at 3. So we're going to move this down to 3. We're going to score that. Then we are going to move all the way down to 6.5. So we need to open up our arm here and we're going to go to 6.5 and score that. Now let me tell you guys that this piece here is a 10 by 4.25. So this is only 10 by 4.25. So it's not your standard 11. Okay, and then this piece here, we are going to take this, and this is a 2.5 by 8. And we are going to score this at 5. Okay, so there's our scoring. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to take this back part, push it down. You're going to be using your bone folder. This piece is going to come up and then back down. Okay, so that's going to sit just like that. So you've got a mountain, a valley, a mountain. This one, we're going to just fold that smaller portion back, because see how that's shorter? That's going to get folded to the back. Okay, now on this piece here, what I'm going to do is I need to bring in this scrap paper. I'm going to take my Versamark. Now, this poinsettia right here actually is, because remember how I said that they have taken the, the coloring out of it because they let us stamp. This has this little weird divot. It took me a minute to figure out what that was. That divot actually goes right like that, so it cuts out, so we're not coloring this little flower right here on this big image. So as you can see, there's the image right there. It's just hard to see. But for size wise, you guys can see that if I was to hold that like that, it would not stamp on that flower, on this poinsettia. So it cuts that out of this image. So that's what that weird divot is right there. You've also got the stamps for the flowers. So here is one of them right here. You've got the other flower here, which does the big 2 flowers. This one does your 3 smaller flowers. Then again, you've got your 3 leaves and you've got your sprigs. So the stamps coordinate with this big one, the longer one as well. So pretty cool. All right, so Versamark, I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually fold that down because I want this to go like so. Now, you're not going to see it right now, but give this a minute and you will start seeing what the Versamark watermark does on your paper. Right now, you don't really see anything, but see how it's kind of, hopefully you guys can kind of see it. See how it's kind of starting to darken up? It is taking on the pigment of the paper and pulling that up. It's probably pretty hard to see on camera, but it will start seeping in and creating a better image as we go. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Real Red, and now I'm grabbing the Stampin' Blends. This is the dark, and I normally do this over my garbage can, but so you guys can see what's going on here, I'm going to try not to make a mess. And I'm going to use more of the painter tip on this, and I'm just going to flick. Okay, just like that. I didn't go heavy-handed. I just made sure that I kind of covered that. So there is that. See the specks on there? And now you can start seeing those poinsettias kind of coming through with that watermark. It's very light, but it does add to the background of this image. And I really like that extra. And you know, we could actually put probably another one down here. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. I try to get a little too carried away. As you can see, look, here's my finished card. See in the background, see how you can see those poinsettias back there? This one's a little too far down. That's why I wanted to make sure I did this one higher up. But as they start coming through, you can see it a little bit better behind that. Okay, so we'll set that aside and let that Versamark do its job. This is for the inside of our card. We've got a couple of pieces that we need here. So this bigger piece is going to, that is Real Red. It is going to layer behind our designer series paper. Okay, there's that one. Then we've got the smaller little strip here that's going to go on that Real Red. Little strip. Aren't they all wow cards? Oh, aren't you so sweet? Who said that? That was Cheryl. Oh, I love you, girl. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get our designer series paper on here. So these are going to go here, or this one's going to go here, and this one's going to go here. So let's go ahead and adhere that on. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn that over, but it looks better this way. So have you guys all been staying warm? I know back east you guys have been dealing with some pretty chilly weather. Okay, so now with this card completely all folded up, I'm going to kind of just eyeball the about an inch here of what I want to adhere. And I'm just going to apply my adhesive and then flip this over. And again, just eyeballing it because that's how I roll. And put that right in the center. Chilly and very windy. I can handle the chilly. I don't know if I like the wind. They did say that we have another round coming through for us. And because I just put up all of, well, not all, but I just got some of my Christmas blow-ups put up outside for the yard decorations. They said that it was supposed to get windy in the next couple of days. So if we have any kind of decorations outside, we may want to stake them down. So I made sure that I definitely double staked everything so nothing gets ruined. So yeah, we're supposed to get some pretty crazy winds coming in too. Okay, so I just adhered the bottom of that flap there, and then with the card still all completely folded, I just push that down into place. So when that pops up, this all is like one little mechanism. So then it sits up just like that. So your recipient can set this on their desk, a bookshelf, somewhere that they want to display this and look at it all year round. So now you can kind of see better those 3 poinsettias that I stamped. They're kind of starting to take a darker shift and pull the pigment out of that paper with that watermark ink. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I promise it's there. All right, so I'm going to hold that down. I'm going to take my little bow jig here, and I'm gonna grab this is called the gold striped ribbon. And I'm just gonna tie a bow with this. So flip that over that. I want kind of a longer tail, so let's get some more going on here. You ever have a problem with your fingers just not wanting to cooperate? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we're gonna call that good. Come in here and there is our beautiful bow. Just like so. Okay, now it's stuck to me. And what I'm going to do with that is I am going to grab another mini glue dot. Where did I put them? Did I actually put something away? Nope, I did not. Oh, there they are. I was going to surprise myself. Okay, place that right in the center of that bow. And then this, I'm just going to place right like that. Just pushing that down right in the center of that. Then, this is what I was talking about with this paper. So what I have done is I have taken this paper right here. See all these beautiful flower little arrangements, and they've got different color bows. You've got the choice of having a green bow with pink. You've got the red with the pool party. And then you've got red, the deep red with the pool party. So you can choose which one you want. Now, this is where you get to take this little die and it lines right up on there. And when you cut that out, you get Fabuloso. It's already pre-colored. It's already done. You don't have to guess, nothing. And your paper can cut a ton of those out. Now remember, you get 2 sheets of each of these. So you've got a lot of floral images there. So you could do a ton of these for Christmas. Okay, so let's bring this back in here. Now what I want to do I want to grab some of my dimensionals and put that on there like so. Now, I only put 2 on there because my bow already has this little knot right here. So that is going to hold the center of my floral image up. And I'm going to place that right like, oops, come on. Right like so. Okay. Then I've cut this. Now this is this big sprig right here. Now look at this big floral image too. This has got some amazing floral images in it. So this doesn't only have to be used for Christmas cards. Same with this one. This doesn't need to be used for Christmas cards. You could make so many cards just with this one set. Now what I'm going to do is grab my paper scissors and I'm just gonna cut the bottom of this off because I know I don't need it that long. I probably don't even need it that long either. So let's just take this down a little bit further. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put that right there after I crush it. So just pop a little bit of glue on there. You can use a mini glue dot. And then that's gonna tuck right up behind there. And we wanna make sure that we get it in there a little bit further because we want that to be the same when it's laying down so that'll fit into an envelope. Okay, that is done. Isn't that so pretty? Then we've got this little sentiment label here, and it is the little tiny one. Well, it's not tiny, but it's this smaller one. So you got 3 here and 3 here. I'm using the inner one. And what we're going to do with that is we are going to grab that white embossing powder again. Ew, what is on my card inside? We're gonna grab the Versamark again, grab my little dusty powder here, my little powder pack, and what sentiment we're going to use? We have cheer and we have sending cheer. So I think we should do sending first, so I make sure we get our placement correct. And that's gonna go right like so. Again, having the clear stamps just simplifies life. You can see right through where you're stamping. Okay, sending cheer, beautiful. Okay, and my tweezers. Okay, perfect. We're gonna grab that heat tool again. Now, if you want, you could do this in gold embossing powder. I just kind of like the white on this real red. I just thought that kind of popped off of that red paper. So we're going to take that and we're going to adhere that right down there. Oh, good. Yes, it'll alert you when the suite is back available. Yeah, I didn't use a couple of things in the suite today for this. I didn't use the embossing folder that comes with the suite, and I didn't use, what What was the other thing that I didn't use today? I knew there was 2 different things. Let me go back over here. Come on, mouse. Start working, my little mouse. Helps if I can spell. Jeez Louise. What was the other thing that I didn't use? Oh, the ribbon. I didn't use the red ribbon because I already have this red with gold and I'm absolutely in love with this. This is the cherry cobbler and gold, and I know it's not around anymore, but I was just like, how many reds do I really need? So I didn't get the ribbon and I didn't get the embossing folder. So as you see, what I've used today is I have used both sets and the paper and the pretty little sequins, which I need that on this card. So we are going to grab, so this is where I decided to bring in a little bit more of the gold for this card. And I'm just gonna bring in some of these little gold sequins. Sparkling sequins. What are they called again? Traditional sparkling sequins. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the medium one, and then I'm gonna grab the smallest one up here. And I'm gonna pop that right up there by that. Oh, isn't that so stunning? This was my wow card. I just thought that was so stinking gorgeous. And because it's pink, I couldn't resist. It had to be my favorite, let me be honest. But then again, I mean, I did use some pink on this one, like I did the flowers in pink. Okay, so there is that. Now let's do the inside. So there is an inside to this card that goes right there. I think what I want to do is I think I want to grab a little strip. I think I have one right here that might actually work on that, and it does. Hallelujah. So I'm going to adhere that strip right like so. To the bottom of this. And we could go ahead and we could put, let's do Merry Christmas, sending cheer. Do we want, hold on, where'd our sentiments go? Actually, I'm gonna do 'Tis the Season. That's what I want. So let's grab 'Tis the Season. Sticky, sticky. That's when you know it's a brand new stamp. And again, I'm gonna do the real red on this one. And I think I'm gonna actually bring it over here. Yep, beautiful. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Okay, so now let's flip this over. So there we go. Now, if you guys would love to get this kit in the mail, all you have to do is go to shopdannygorola.com, place a $35 or more order in my shop, and you will get the kit to be able to make this. So it's going to come with your ribbon. It's going to come with all your scraps of paper to cut everything out. All you'll have to do is do your stamping and get your little sequence, and you will be able to make these cards as well. You are going to have to die cut your pieces that are intended for this, like this label and your little holly leaves and your little sprigs and your paper. I will give you the little scraps of paper so you will be able to make everything as you see. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, the other thing I did forget to tell you is during the Black Friday sale that runs from, don't forget, write it down. It runs from November 25th through the 1st of December. It is Stampin' Up's very first Black Friday sale. We don't know what's on sale. They just told us about it, and they told us to just make sure we come back on the 25th, check our online stores, and we will see what prices have been taken effect for that. But also what I wanted to show you guys, that when you shop with me during that time, and I'm only telling you guys this because, like I said, I'm going to be not live next Monday because I'm taking the week off for the holiday. But I will include with your order, when I see that you place an order with me from the 25th through the 1st, you're going to get a full pack that has 20 sheets of 6x6 paper. Now, these are all random papers. These are these are papers that you can't get any longer. So I've got an abundance of paper and I want to share them with you guys. So there's tons of paper in here. No two of these are the same. I will tell you that. So I will send you guys one of these as a thank you for shopping with me during our Black Friday sale. So not only are you going to save money on product, but you're also going to get a free pack of paper from me as well as a fabulous little thank you for shopping in my online store. Don't forget, that's shopdannygorola.com. Now, Frida, let me tell you when it looks like that is going to be coming back in stock, just in case you don't want to wait. Because what did I say that was, oh, it's the traditional sequence that are out of stock that is making that suite collection not available. So you could go ahead now. The labels are available. The Christmas greenery is available. Now those you're going to get your the discounted price on because those are bundles. And the embossing folder, I believe, let me check down here really quick. I think the embossing folder, it's still available. So it looks like the only thing that is not available that is making that full suite collection not able to purchase all together is it look like it's those sparkling sequins. And it says that those are supposed to be back in our online store the week of November 24th. So next week. So if you want to wait until then, otherwise you can go ahead and purchase the other things and then wait till next week. And again, if you wait until the 25th, those might actually be on the Black Friday sale. I don't know. I'm just kind of saying that out loud and I could be completely wrong, but because things are going to be on sale. But then again, you may want to just wait and get the full suite collection then, because then you will get maybe the full suite collection on sale. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're doing it. Again, this is the very first one that they're doing. So it's kind of a big surprise for all of us. Hello, Linda. Welcome in. So Linda, how is your arm feeling? I know you were going for, I haven't asked you in a while, and this is for Linda Jackmistel. I know your arm was really bothering you there and that you had to have surgery. Or didn't you? No, you fell and you broke your arm. How has your recovery been going? Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Love you all. Glad you guys all come in and say hi. Oh, fabulous. Good, good, good. That is great to know. All right, you guys. Have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Don't forget that my 12 days of Christmas crafting does start on the 25th as well. So that will be starting on Tuesday also, along with that fabulous Black Friday sale. So I will go ahead and make those videos and be able to put those up for you. I will put them over on my blog and they will be here on YouTube. I may actually even share them over, depending on how Facebook is working with us sharing videos over there. I will actually put them over there as well, so you guys can see the fabulous 12 days of Christmas. And then I will go on through the 6th of December creating fun little things for you guys. I've already given you a sneak peek last week of a couple of the things that I'm making. Okay, you guys, have a fabulous, fabulous week. I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to get your mystery cards. Over, get a picture of that, put that over in our Pink Barn Stamper group. And then I will also be live on Friday for cocktails and cards with my husband. That will actually be over on Facebook. As always, you guys, create, craft, and spread kindness. Especially Thanksgiving is coming up. We are all thankful for something. I know it's been a rough year. Things have really kind of, especially in our lives, we've lost some loved ones and it's been kind of rough. But you know what? We always can think of something that we can be thankful for. And that's just a part of this time of year. So I totally encourage you guys to take yourselves out of, if you're one of those people who already love to spread kindness, then keep doing you. But if you're somebody who, is more reserved, I challenge you. Go out there, smile. Just when you're walking down the road, just smile at a stranger. You would be surprised at, you never know what somebody else's day is like. And a smile goes so far. And it's good for our faces. It keeps us young. I will tell you that much. That smiling uses so many muscles in our face that it's actually really good for you to do. I wish I did it more often. But when I'm home alone, I don't just sit there and smile at myself. So you guys take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.